Hi guys, this is Dr. Teleg. This is our vlog review 108. 21st century literature from the Philippines and the world. And we'll be focusing on literary elements, structure, and tradition. Literary elements, structure, and tradition. So we are going to make use of the lifts, L-E-A-F-S methods. Lifts, lifts, lifts methods. So are you ready? Good day. So we are entering the world of butterflies, legends, lilies, and literary magic. Don't worry, no actual butterflies will fly out of your screen unless your answers are wrong. So by the end of this vlog, we will analyze stories like a literary detective using our easy memory. So we will apply, as I mentioned, the LEAFS lifts because literature class is not just for reading, it is for thinking as well. So let's start with the characters. So the first under lifts we have L, look at the characters. L, look at the characters. So if we're going to get back with the past lesson we had in the story Lirio, we met Lirio, the protagonists, silent but powerful. Sergeant Vicente Itik Lugay, our antagonists, revealed through actions. Our minor characters like Nanay Rosa, Tatay Manuel, and Yasmin, so they were the characters of the story. So you have to remember, a character is revealed not just by what they say alone, but by what they do. But by what they do. It's not only what they say, but what they actually do. So you have to ask yourself, if this character, Lirio, Sergeant Vicente, were removed, the question is, would the story still exist? Would the story still exist? If the answer is no, congratulations. That's a major character. Major character. So that's L. Look at the characters. Then E, under lifts E, we have examine the structure. You have to examine the structure. Okay? Stories follow a structure called plot. And of course, we remember it using the mountain shape, like a pyramid. And this pyramid comprises exposition, which is introduction of characters and setting, rising action, these are the problems, or problems start piling up. Parang assignments lang, di ba? Climax, the third, that is the highest point of tension. And falling action, so these are the consequences that follow. And lastly, resolution. The story ends peacefully or tragically. That's resolution. That is where the story ends, either peacefully or tragically. In Lirio, in our lesson Lirio, the climax happens when Lirio finally speaks and says, Lord, I want to be a lily. I want to be a lily. Boom! Thunder, lightning, literature. That's point of view alert. So this story uses third person, the Lirio, as I mentioned. The story uses third person limited point of view. We know Lirio deeply, but not everyone's thoughts. Okay, but not everyone's thoughts. So in that case, it used third person limited point of view. Okay. All right. So under live, we are done with L. We are done with E. Now we have letter A, which correspond to analyze conflict and theme. Analyze conflict and theme. Now for analyze, of course, the conflict. The major conflict in Lirio, for example, is man versus man. So when Lirio, uh, encountered a problem versus Itik, man versus man. Lirio versus Itik, these are the key characters. Also, man versus self. No? Her silent suffering. Her silent suffering. Not man versus nature. Of course, butterflies are innocent. Okay? Now for the theme, okay? So leave LA. Under A, we have analyzed conflict and theme. For the theme, okay, of the piece, okay, so the theme is the message and it's not actually the summary. The theme is the message and not the summary. The correct theme, for example, is love is not possession, it is respect. Love is not possession, it is respect. So it's wrong to say that the story is about a woman who became a flower. No, that's not the theme. So remember, it always asks, what is the author trying to say about life? What is the author trying to say about life? And that is the theme, okay? All right, so under live, we have now number 4, F, the F. You're going to find the setting. F is for find the setting. Setting includes place, like Bari Hardin, the time, of course, unspecified, traditional rural setting. For social condition, patriarchy, meaning to say the father of the family, father in the family is very important. Uh, the family relies on the father much. Silence, tradition, so that's the social condition. And for the mood, it's kind of tragic, magical, symbolic. So setting, remember setting is not just where the story happens, but why it feels that way. But why it feels that way. And for the part number 5 of Lifts method, as see the tradition. You will have to see the tradition. That's letter S, last letter. We'll have to see the tradition. And there are two types. We have oral tradition, passed by word of mouth, like the legends, the folk tales. We have also the written tradition, recorded and preserved through texts. So the legend on the origin of earth and man, the legend on the origin of earth and man belongs to oral tradition. Oral tradition, later recorded in writing, into writing. So think of it this way. Oral tradition is shared memory. Written tradition is saved by history. Oral tradition is shared by memory. Written tradition is saved by history. Okay? So when analyzing any story, remember Lifts method. Lifts. L, look at the characters. E, examine structure. A, analyze conflict and theme. F, find the setting. S, see the tradition. If you remember Lifts, literature will never leave you behind. Bye for now. See you in the next episode. It's 111. Is it right? 111? No, 109. 109. See you 109. Bye for now. Thank you.